Okay, welcome everyone. Tonight's web lesson is going to be how to type without typing and how to read without reading. Welcome everyone. The first thing I'm going to show is my favorite part, which is how to talk or how to type without typing. In the case right now, we have Joe and we have Bob. Is anyone else on yet? Okay. What I want to show is a very simple program which is called dictation. This is not a free program. This is a program for Windows 8 that costs $4. So not very expensive, but not free. There is a voice recognition program that comes with Windows, but I find it doesn't work as well. So this program is called Speech Trans Dictation. And it has two very cool features. One is you can talk to it and it can transcribe into text. And the other is it can speak anything that you type. So it actually does both. It does voice recognition and it does text-to-speech. What's interesting about this program is it gives you 55 seconds to say whatever you want to say. And then you have to click stop. Some of the voice recognitions stop automatically when you pause. But if you're going to do dictation sentence after sentence, this is much easier. So now I'm going to show you how it works. You'll notice that it's counting down the time, period. You'll also notice that I'm speaking in a very cryptic manner, period. That may sound funny, comma, but for the sake of voice recognition, it allows the program to work at its most efficient level, period. You'll notice also that I say the word period or question mark, and it knows to type the symbol, period. Okay, now I just clicked on the icon. Now it's recognizing what I've said, and in a few seconds, oh, it didn't get anything. How wonderful. Let's try it again. Let's try a shorter dictation this time, period. Okay, let's try a shorter dictation this time. So it got every word, it got the period. Notice it put in the punctuation, it put in the apostrophe. Now I'm going to have it read it.
Let's try a shorter dictation this time.
And now you heard it read it. This program also has a feature called copy to clipboard and paste text. They just give you buttons for that. This program can also do translation. See the different flags of the different countries? You can actually speak in one language and it'll translate it and type it in another. Not bad for $3.99. Okay, so any questions on how voice recognition works?
No, that looks pretty clear.
Everyone's very quiet tonight. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to show is handwriting recognition. And this is like voice recognition, but what's nice about handwriting recognition is there are times where voice recognition doesn't work very well. Like, for example, if there are other people in the room that are talking, if you're at a restaurant, sometimes if you have a television in the background or something like that, the voice recognition will hear all of that, and that can get confusing. So in those situations, and especially if you have a tablet or a phone, you just might find the handwriting recognition to be more convenient. Bob, have you ever used this program for handwriting recognition?
No, I've used others, but I've never found one that worked very well. So
okay, the one that I'm showing is called Windows Journal. It comes with Windows. I know it comes with Windows 8. I'm pretty sure it comes with Windows 7, and I'm not sure when they started it. But if you have a recent version of Windows, this is a free program that comes with Windows. It's called Windows Journal. Let me just move this out of the way here. Okay. I already set it to the color and stroke width that I like, but as you can see up here, you can adjust all of that. Okay. Now, I'm going to do this with my finger, so you won't see the mouse move, but can everyone see what I'm writing?
Yeah.
I can.
Did I unmute my phone? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it actually unmuted.
Okay. Now, with this program, since it's a regular Windows type of program, it's not Windows 8, you've got scroll bars on the right, so you can scroll down. Okay, it looks like we have another person joining us. Ruth is joining us. Welcome, Ruth. Or is this Mike?
It's
I don't know.
Thank you. Thank
Oh,
you.
hey, Ruth. Welcome.
Thank
you missed
you.
the first few minutes when we showed the voice recognition, but what you're seeing now is...
Well, actually, I heard it, but I didn't catch on my computer. This is the first
Okay.
for me, so.
I'll show it to you a little bit later because it's a lot of fun. But right now we're showing the handwriting recognition. And what I showed is a program called Windows Journal. This is a free program if you have Windows, comes with Windows. And I just wrote something on the screen. And what I'm doing here is I'm scrolling down, and you can see that just like a word processor or an email program, you can just scroll around and write whatever you want to write. So this can actually be very useful if you're taking notes in a class, something like that, because there's really no limit to how far you can write. Now, one thing that's kind of cool about this, watch this, okay? I just wrote the word more, okay? Now, let's say I didn't want the word more there. Well, look up here where the different controls are. I could click on the eraser, and I can erase this. I'm sure many of you have done that using programs like Paint, but this program gives me an undo. You see over here where I'm highlighting that blue arrow? Now watch what happens when I click that. It got rid of the E. I click it again, it gets rid of the R. Click it again, gets rid of the O. So there it is, 4 clicks and I've gotten rid of the word. But if I do want to use the eraser, watch the eraser. It knows letters, look. I don't even have to be exactly right on. I can just get close to it and it'll get rid of the whole letter. So this program is very well written for using it as a note taker. And by the way, if that's a mistake, look at that. Just got it right back. I just used redo and I popped it right back. Also, you can do things like lasso. Watch lasso. All right, you can select, you can move words around. Okay, this is just an example of what you can do with Microsoft's Windows Journal. But now what I want to show you is the handwriting recognition. If you just want to write stuff, you can write it. You can save it. You can print it. It'll print just like this. But what I want to show you is the recognition. So to do the recognition, first thing we do is select all. Okay, then the next thing we do is there's an option right here called Convert Handwriting to Text. See it? I click that. It opens up a box, and look at that. This is an example of handwriting recognition. It got every word except, look what it did. It put a comma, it put a period after the word, after the an. Because if I look at what I wrote, it sees the dot from the I from handwriting, and it thought that that was a dot after an. So that's an honest mistake. I could see why it would think that. Next time I write this, I'll put a little more room in between, and that won't happen. But right here, I can go in and I can correct it if I want to. So I just corrected it. Now that I corrected it, I can copy this, and I can paste it into any other program that I want without having to type anything. So now you see how I can write and have it converted into text without typing. And before you saw how I was able to speak and have it converted into text without typing. So that's the first part of the class, how to type without typing. Everybody got all that? Anyone have any questions?
Not until I try it.
Not until you try it. Okay. Well, if you try it and you have questions, let me know. That's a good point. That's when you will have the questions. By the way, this program also has a cool feature called highlighting. Watch this. You can actually highlight. So it's a lot of fun. You can have a good time with these kind of programs. Go ahead.
And after it's highlighted, though, Jay, will it? And you turn it to text, will the highlighting still be in the text?
No, because the text is just text.
Okay.
The text doesn't do any kind of formatting. That's a good question. I never thought about that. Here, I just did select all and convert. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Okay.
It doesn't affect it, but it also doesn't see it. Okay. So I just showed you voice recognition, and I showed you handwriting recognition, and I gave you a taste of text-to-speech, but now I'm going to show you a little bit more about text-to-speech. Okay, there's a number of ways you can use text-to-speech. One way is if you have a program that has the ability to speak. Right now I'm in the dictation program that we were showing before. I'm highlighting it. I click talk.
Try a shorter dictation this time.
Okay. Actually, let me do a longer one so that Elaine can see it or Ruth can see it because she missed it before. Right now, I'm using voice recognition, period. Let's see how well this program can type what I'm saying, exclamation mark. Are you watching this, Ruth?
I am, thank you.
Okay, so there it is. Right now, I'm using voice recognition. Let's see how well this program can type what I'm saying. Okay, it got every word, and it even got the exclamation mark. And now I'm going to click play.
Let's try a shorter dictation this time. Right now, I'm using voice recognition. Let's see how well this program can type what I'm saying.
Okay, so there you go. Now you got to see how voice recognition works and how text-to-speech works. Now I'm going to show you a program that I get a real kick out of for this called Read Please. This is a free program that you can get for Windows. If you're interested, let me know. I'll send you a link where you can get it. Okay, here's Read Please. What I like about Read Please is it has big buttons. You can set the font. See that? Look how big that is. Okay. I like the color, white on black. You can change the speed. You can change the voice. But the coolest thing about this program, you'll see it in a second. Remember when we were kids and we used to watch on TV, they would have a song like a Christmas